Good morning, everybody. 8:10 a.m. 8:10 a.m. Welcome to my channel. Um, we are down pre-market in futures. Okay. Yesterday tried to go higher. Qs were pretty strong. I talked about that 48.15 level in pre-market yesterday that happened to be resistance. I shorted SPY based on that. Took a nice, I don't know, over 100% return on that trade. Um, got whipped out and then it fell a little farther, another dollar. That's just how trading goes. I'll take that win. And this market's pretty crazy. Basically, Fed Waller had something to do with that yesterday. Kind of like slowing down some rate cuts if six are expected this year. He's like, whoa, 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 look at the employment. You know, um, I'll get into that in a second. But that's what we have going on today. Of course, um, Tesla continuing to fall, making more price cuts. That's going to cut into their revenues, right? So without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name's Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the market, along with supply and demand levels, along with gathering exposure. Let's throw in anchored VWAPs in there as well. And this helps me find structure in the market. My name of the game is confluence. So if VWAP, anchor VWAP, and a demand zone, most traded price of the week, the month, line up together, ooh, that's nice. That's kind of what happened yesterday, all right, in the ES. That supply had the most traded price of the month and the week, act as resistance, and that was a nice short. So let's get into this, all right? Hopefully you guys can subscribe and set an alert. That would mean a lot to me, right? If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And you can always follow me at X at Gonzo719. All right, let's get into the futures watch list, okay? Boom. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, we got a VIX, an elevated VIX, okay? It's almost up to 5%. So it's up to 14.53. Starting to get a little fear in this market, okay? Now 30-year bonds are being bought, but they're basically flat. That should make the 10-year yield kind of be flat. Okay, so the dollar's flat. All right, 10-year yield is up to 4.06. All right, if you look at TLT, TLT has pulled back to about 94 and change after going up to 100. Okay, gold is flat, still holding above 2K. The Dow is down 0.34. ES down 0.39. Nasdaq's down 0.49. All right, silver's down 0.51. Russell, geez, the good old Russell. Sure. Thought the small caps were gonna make a big run, right? Russell's saying not yet. That doesn't mean it can't, but it is definitely not in good shape. Bitcoin's down 1.36. Ether's down 1.64. Crude down 2%. Boy, crude is just, it is something else, boy. It's still bottoming out, I believe. Okay. All right. Let's move on. The stocks I like to swing in day trade. Right? AMD. What can you say about AMD yesterday? I think I went up 8% yesterday. It's up another percent. 1.14. Big move yesterday. If you look at the options chain, and I thought I was seeing things, okay, yesterday in AMD, it had 16. Yesterday it had something like, I think it had like 11 million. No, maybe 11. Yeah, 11 million and almost no puts on that. And then I was like, whoa, what the heck? And then it took off like a rocket. Right? Crazy. Netflix getting some love this morning, up 0.78. Nvidia, just another monster. Okay, just crazy. That's up 0.52. Now let's get into some laggards. Boeing has been getting destroyed. Okay, destroyed. All transparent. I put butterfly on Boeing yesterday around 195. Um, so I'm hoping to get a little more because if you look at Boeing, I've been talking about it, doesn't have great structure below it. Okay, doesn't have good structure until about 195. It's a key support level. So let's just see what Boeing can do. All right, move on. Roblox down 0.99, coins down 1.46. Tesla talked about the cuts, more cuts. That's going to cut into revenue, and Tesla's is now down 1.64. Tried to make a little comeback yesterday. Okay, opened around 215, had a high of around 222, but now we're already back down to 216. Okay, Baba's just getting murdered. It's down 2.62%. Moving on. All right, so we got the leader here, United Healthcare, up 0.16. Not much of a leader there, right? Well, let's go to the laggards. We got Goldman Sachs. Now, Morgan Stanley has had a downgrade. Okay, so sympathy play, probably Goldman Sachs, down 0.53. Okay, Qualcomm down 0.53. Exxon, with crude going down 0.55. CAT is down 1%. Then there's the Morgan Stanley with their downgrade down 1.38. Okay, moving on to sectors. Staples is flat. Not much leader here. But let's go to the bottom. We can go to the bottom here. Financials down 0.4, followed by industrials, followed by basic materials, followed by energy down 0.59. Discretionary, that's Tesla, that's Amazon, down 0.64. And real estate, which is not much of a sector, it's very small, down 0.79. Okay, that's what's going on this morning. Okay, weakest index is the Russell, followed by the Qs. All right, now now the couple Mara actually got an upgrade today. I don't think that's really helping because it's been getting walloped. I sure I saw that has like a very very high short percentage in that stock. Now I don't know why exactly. I'm not a crypto expert. Now that you have ETFs that you can trade Bitcoin, right? I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I'm not an expert on that. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Let's look at some news. What's happening with this market? Um, Give me one sec while I pull up what I want to talk about here. All right, let's go over it. Now, this is the important part I wanted to talk about right here. Rate cut expectations reined in. All right, so it says sentiment was hit after Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller indicated that while interest rate cuts were likely to happen this year, the central bank was not considering any in the near term, citing continued resilience in the U.S. economy. In a speech at the Brookings Institute in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, Waller noted that economic activity and labor markets in the U.S. are in good shape, while inflation is coming down gradually to the Fed's stated 2% target. Because of these trends, Waller argued, he sees no reason to move as quickly or cut as rapidly as in the past. Okay? Because of these trends, Waller argued he sees no reason to move as quickly or cut as rapidly as in the past. I just repeated it, didn't I? U.S. Treasuries climbed higher with the 10-year yield and the 10-year Treasury note marching back above 4% as traders reduced the chances of a March start to rate cuts to around 60% from around 73 before Waller spoke. Okay, more Fed speak today. Okay, that's what I want to talk about here. Now, we will go to what happened in the UK. UK CPI data came out hotter than expected. So you got people in the Bank of England bets of cuts kind of getting halted there. Okay, so I don't know. Right now it's 820. 10-year yield is up 0.52%. It's at 4.08 right now. We'll look at that in a little bit. So like I said, higher dollar, higher rates is going to put pressure on the markets. All right, that's going to put pressure on the markets. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to talk about. All right, let's go over here. This is the Tesla news I was telling you guys about. Tesla Model Y prices in Germany after China price cuts. So they cut price models in Germany now. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw, but Spirit Airlines took a dump. A judge blocked JetBlue from acquiring Spirit Airlines. That was big news yesterday. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about, really. I really want to just get into the daily charts. We'll lightly go over those. All right, let's look. What are we looking at here? The SPY. We got here. Boom. All right, so let's look at these daily charts. All right, let's see. We'll go from here. All right, let's see what we have going here. Okay. Clearly came down to the 20-day simple moving average, found support, right? Opened here right at Friday's lows, went down, right? Closed right here. Where are we at now? 473.10. We are 473.10. We are gapping down, okay? We're pretty much at the lows of yesterday, right at the 20-day simple moving average. All right, right at the 20-day simple moving average. So, like I said, we're in a range here. We are in a range now. If you see this, what I'm talking about, let's just say it's from here. The big range is probably from here to here. Okay, with the price, probably the most shaded price in here somewhere. Okay, so this is the range that we're in right now. Can we drop to here? I don't know. Or the move is up, right? Now we're queuing up for a big move. We're queuing up for a very big move. Okay, so let's move on to the Qs. All right, let's go from here. All right, here's the Qs. All right, now the Qs. Now, this is setting up. This is setting up, boy. If you get some more pullback, okay. Now you got a triple top here, basically. Where if we come back here and any kind of strength in this market, we're gonna rip. Right? We're gonna rip higher. So what did we found support? The 9 EMA daily and the 20 simple moving average yesterday. Okay. And you can see the whites is last month's highs and lows. You know, we're in the upper portion of last month. So you just have to see here. Right now the Qs are 407.31. Let's see where we at here. 47.31. We're at the lows of yesterday. Okay, so right now, a little bearish tone. A little bit of a bearish tone going on. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the triple-headed monster. Let's see what we have going on here. Let's go to that 10-year yield. Should be a big bar here. There it is. There it is. We'll go to this big move here. We'll just look at it. All right, look at it together. All right, so like I said, big move down in yields. Then you got a swing high, a swing low, and can we break 4.0? Next resistance is at 4.21 and the 50-day moving average. Right now, yields is at the 200-day moving average. Okay, it's a flat 200. All right, and you got a declining 50, so definitely in a downtrend. However, let's get rid of this. have to see, right? The higher we go, the more weight you put on the markets. Okay, the market was expecting six rate cuts. The Fed looks like they're trying to walk that back, trying to make the market go, what are you talking about, right? Now the VIX finally is elevated. Here we go. We were at these lows, 12. Now look, boom, pop right right up at last month's highs, over last week's highs. So can we reach 15? The 200-day moving average, the 100-day moving average. We'll see. Okay, fear starting to creep in a little bit. All right, let's look at the dollar. Dollar made some of a swing high. Swing high yesterday. Let's see. Right at that 200-day moving average in the 50. Look at that. 50's moving down, death cross, and you got the 200-day moving average. So might have a little problem there, right? But everything seems to be creeping back up. VIX, dollar, 10-year yield. That spells pressure for the markets. Okay? That's how you look at that. Now, let's move on to my favorite thing. Let's go to that market profile, volume profile. Boom. Boom. All right. Let's look what this market's doing. Gave us the gave us a nice trade yesterday. Okay. Let's go over yesterday very quickly. Let's break out yesterday's price action right here. And we can zoom in here. And what I was talking about yesterday. Okay. This is yesterday. These are 30-minute bars. Okay. You can even make it bigger. All right. What I talked about yesterday was, what did I say? I said 48.15. This level, let's just take this down a second here. 48.15. Okay. I talked about that, and I said there's supply there. Okay. And almost to the tick. Actually 48.15.50. There's a poor high there. You can see is a double top. It could not get over this area, and this is supply. Okay, so once the market could not get over that, the market had to dump. Boom. So I got short very close up to the highs. Okay, in the SPY, I think my entry was 476. I got in at the SPY. So very nice trade. Okay, very nice trade. Now one thing I want to point out, okay, is this monthly VWAP. Everybody should have these on their charts. I got a weekly VWAP and a monthly VWAP. Look where the market bounced. Came right down and hit the monthly VWAP and bounced all the way up. And what did it hit? Look what it hit. The weekly VWAP. So, just very helpful to have them on your charts. Okay. Price is now below the weekly VWAP and the monthly VWAP. Price is right here. Okay. So, now we talked about that. Let's get this chart back to you guys can see it, and we can look at structure together. All right. So let's talk about it. Right. We're still in a balanced market. All right. Look at the profile of the last week. Value area, 70% of the trade has happened right here. Okay. We are not in value area now. Okay. We're right here. All right. So we're below 48.15, most trade price of the week and the month. Price is here. That means that this is bearish. Okay, this is bearish. Nasdaq just went into demand zone, so did the ES. Okay, news just dropped. News just dropped, and I think it was retail sales maybe. So news just dropped. Getting a little volatility. Okay. Now, let's look at structure. This is now we have an edge here. Okay, we're at the bottom of the balance area. This is where the buyers have to show up to defend it. If they can't, we're going to take a little leg lower. Okay, we are gapping down. So here's yesterday's high lows. Yesterday, we have a poor high in yesterday. Okay, right at this big level. That's a huge breakout level now. Okay, got to keep an eye on that. Those usually get corrected, right? You usually end all auctions in excess. All right. So let's look at where we're at here. So we're here in futures. This is a gap down from the low. We are gapping down. Okay. Now we are in a demand zone. We are past the monthly VWAP. Right, but we're at a very important low. Right? This market is balanced until it's not. You have to break out in order to get out of balance, right? Can this market get out? I don't know. Right? So, what else do we have here? We have inventory that's almost 100% net short. This is the only long activity overnight. You can notice weekly VWAP is resistance right here. And then boom. Price is down here. This is what you want. Okay. I'm licking my chops a little bit if it stays down here. Why? Because we know we got shorts from up here. And now we got shorts from here. Pushed down to a demand zone and to the bottom of balance. If this market, sellers don't show up, we're going to reverse and probably revisit up here. Okay? Because now the odds are in the favor that all the pain for shorts. So remember, short here, closed, short here, and price is here in a demand zone. Okay? So I like this. This is nice. Let's talk about scenarios. Let's talk about scenarios. Okay, so we're already in one. All right, now, one thing I got to note, okay, we're gapping lower. It's a small gap. So this is our gap fill right here. Quick gap rules for everybody. Okay, most bearish is a gap and a go. So say we open and we just rip. Second most bearish, you fail to fill the gap and then you roll over. All right. And then a third least bearish is you fill the gap. Now check this out. The gap fill lines up with monthly VWAP. Okay, confluence, member. Hit that, fill the gap, and you also can roll over. Okay, that's gap rules. Now, how do we know if this is not strong for the sellers? What do you judge it on? Well, if we fill the gap and start going back into range, well, guess what that means? Sellers are on the backpedaling. And if you get some volume, you can rip right back up. And why? You have shorts all from here, and the overnight shorts who are weak hands in the market are short. Look at that. And their prices, most trader prices right here. So really, you really can just, now let's get into the real scenario here so I can clean that up for you guys. So what this means is, this is a key level. And you got monthly VWAP. Might cause some problems. All right, that's the gap fill. We're going to talk about a bullish scenario here. Okay, so what I would like to see is a push down, break the overnight low, dip down. Doesn't matter if it breaks demand. Higher low, and if you get a whip up here and you start holding, okay, this could make a move and fill the gap and push right up into this supply. You might get a little problem here, but most likely try to tag that weekly VWAP. And you have actually a poorish low in the overnight high, and we eventually could make our way back all the way to 48.15. Okay, you can also drip down to this demand as well, do the same thing. That is set up. It's a beautiful setup. Okay, very, very nice setup because it's going to show us who's in control. Okay, this market's not showing like, oh my god, it's so weak. Okay, people are still bullish. Okay, now, as far as the short goes, now scenarios, obviously I talked about already. You can gap and go. That's not something I'm going to trade. Okay, and I'm not probably not crazy about the gap fill in doing this either, unless the market's super weak internally. Okay, so you have a supply here. This could cause some problems and roll over. Okay, you also have the weekly VWAP right here with the supply and can roll over. Honestly, I don't think I'm that interested in those. Okay, I'm not really interested in those. I'd probably want to see the market come back up into this big area here in 48.15, test this supply, and then if it fails, we're probably going to roll. Okay, that's what I'm looking at in the ES. Okay, let's look at that NASDAQ together. Okay, let's look at the NASDAQ together. NASDAQ is not gapping down, but it's at yesterday's lows. But let's look at structure together first. You can't get a better balance profile than that in the last week. That just shows you the balance. Right? You got highs here, weak highs here, weak lows here, queuing up for a big move. Weak low and big weak high. NASDAQ's queuing up for a big move. Right? Most trade, the value is right in this area, 70% of the trade. Okay, we're now below value. So that when you're below value, it's when you want to buy. Okay, I'm not telling you to buy. I'm just saying usually, if a house is selling for, let's say, 400 grand, and now you have a chance to put a bid in for 350, you'd rather do that, right? You don't want to overpay. So we got our big levels. 169.50. This area is the area right now. Structure wise, it's bearish. The price is down here. Okay. Now let's look at where we are in relation. Here is yesterday's low. Here's price. Very small gap. Very, very, very small gap. Okay, we're in a demand zone right now. Notice the Qs have not tested monthly VWAP. Okay. They are below weekly VWAP, but they haven't tested that like the ES has. All right, so let's look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday came into the supply and sold off. So here's our high, here's our low. Here's the overnight high, here's the overnight low. We're right at yesterday's low. Okay, again, almost 100%. That's the only long activity to all this short activity. Again, it's setting up in the Qs as well. Okay, most trader prices, the overnights right here most likely are shorts. Again, demand too at a bottom of a bracket. So I know most people in this market are bullish right now. That is the sentiment. Forget about Fed Wall or what I talked about before. It's the sentiment. Okay. So any kind of movement in this demand zone and you rip past this most traded price in the overnight, all the sellers from yesterday and the overnight are going to have to cover their positions. Okay. Excuse me. And you can find yourself right here. And if you rip up and we hold this, that is a big breakout on the table. Okay. So enough talk of that. Let's go into scenarios and very quickly we're going to talk about the same kind of setup. So now I really like this setup. Okay. We're almost 100% net short. Okay. Bottom of balance in a demand zone. Okay. I still want to see price down here. So I want to see a price open, move down to the overnight low, ticket, higher low, rip past the overnight, most traded price of the overnight, and you should get a nice move into this area, and then you should get some choppiness. And then you got to see if this market can rip. This is a lot of supply up here, so I don't know how easy it's going to go up here. But if you break out, boy, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one. All right. That's what I like to see for long. Okay. Now, shorts. Let's talk about the shorts. All right. I am not interested in shorting a low. Okay. I'm not interested. You got a weak low here. You got weak highs up here. Okay. Well, you can get some traction here. Now, I will say this as for the bull, real quickly. You can break these double like right here, this weak low, hit monthly VWAP. If you look to the left, monthly VWAP lines up with this low. This could also be a buy point and move up. Okay. Just when the sellers think they got the advantage, just putting that in there. Now let's move to the bearish point of view. Okay. If you're bearish and we bounce up, and you got supply here with weekly VWAP, that could make price roll, and you can go lower. If you move up into this area again, like I said, this could be resistant at this supply rollover or this one. Okay, that's what you have to look at as your short. Why? Because every time we came up here before, the shorts won. But eventually, they're not going to win, right? So that's really, I really liking this setup, man. I hope the price stays down here, right? Because you can have a nice reversal. And now, why do I say that? Because this is what we've been doing. Go down, go up, go down, go up, go down. Where's the next move? Up, until it doesn't work anymore. Okay? That's how you have to look at the market. Right now, it's showing us buyers step in at the lows, sellers step in at the highs. All right? That's what you're looking at. Hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe and set alert if you did. All right? I like these setups today. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Set a like. And this is the third week. This flu's going out of me, but it's still fighting in there. All right? You can follow me on X at Gonzo719 as well. We got our plan. Okay? I'm hoping this thing moves down lower first in both. And then I'll just choose, if the tech is really strong, I'm going to be going long on the Qs. Okay? And if it shows me the correct things internally, okay? But this move could happen before that, which then you gotta wait. All right. So I wish good luck to everybody today. Stay green, guys, girls, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. All right. Now I'm gonna try to do some follow-ups. I've been meaning to make some reels of some of these trades. Why I took them. Actually, go over them. I just have a job, full-time job now. So it's like I literally log off trading and go right to my job. So I don't have as much time as I used to. But I plan to do that because these trades have been really working out in my pre-market videos. So, all right, everybody have a great day.